The Zion Scenic Drive is a breathtaking journey through the heart of Zion National Park in southwestern Utah, USA. This iconic route is renowned for its stunning vistas, towering cliffs, and the chance to explore one of America's most cherished natural landscapes. As you embark on this drive, you're in for a remarkable encounter with nature's grandeur. The scenic drive begins at the south entrance of Zion National Park, which is accessible from the nearby town of Springdale. To preserve the park's pristine environment and manage traffic congestion, a shuttle system is in place during the peak season, usually from late March to late November. Visitors can leave their vehicles in Springdale and hop on the shuttle to access the scenic drive. The shuttle not only reduces congestion but also offers informative commentary about the park's geology, flora, and fauna. The first section of the drive, known as Zion Canyon, is the most famous and awe-inspiring part of the journey. The road meanders alongside the North Fork of the Virgin River, revealing towering sandstone monoliths and red rock formations that seem to defy gravity.
Hello, my name is Ben Pickeritt, and I am a member of the Kaibet band of Paiute Indians. There are many places in Zion with Paiute names. We call this canyon Makuntuwit, meaning straight up land. Zion is a part of a larger area known as our traditional homeland. This area includes parts of California, Nevada, Arizona, and Utah. Our Creator placed us here to care for and protect this land, especially places where water, medicinal plants, animals, and minerals are found. There are songs and stories here that remind us of who we are and where we came from. Listen for them as you play or walk along the river. Perhaps they are there in the sounds of the wind or in the rush of the water. Zion remains a place of importance to Southern Paiute people today, as much as it did historically. Our elders play an important part in passing on our traditional knowledge. They teach our children about our culture, our songs and stories, our religion and practices. We are taught that everything has a purpose, including water, rocks, plants, and animals, and that we have a responsibility to care for the land. For centuries, humans have come to live in and found sanctuary in Zion Canyon. We hope you find the same sense of awe and wonder in Makuntuwit that they found. Treat this place with respect by staying on trails, packing out your trash, and leaving it as you found it.
That's so surprising.
Hello, my name is Brianna Fogg. I'm an interpretive ranger here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how Zion Canyon was created. But first, look to your left to see the peak with a bit of red at its top, called the Sentinel. To your right, another peak with a reddish top is the East Temple. Zion's amazing colors come from different minerals in the rocks, especially iron, which makes the rocks look red. This canyon was created by erosion. Its formation has taken a few million years. Canyon cutting is still happening today. For example, across the river is the Sentinel Slide, an active landslide where tons of rock and sediment have fallen and slid again and again over centuries. The massive slides can block the river and force it to find a new course. This happened as recently as 1995, and several hundred people were stranded at the Zion Lodge a few extra nights because the river moved to this side and collapsed the road. Another road collapse occurred in 1998, and there was a close call in 2010 when heavy rain increased the water in the Virgin River by more than 20 times and created a flash flood that undercut the road. The Virgin River may not appear impressive when compared to some of America's largest rivers, like the Columbia. But think about this. Over centuries, the Virgin River sliced through 7 layers of sedimentary rock, including 2,000 feet of solid sandstone, to create this canyon. The Virgin River is still working hard in Zion Canyon. It carries away an average of 1 million tons of sediment a year, mostly during flash floods that are so powerful they move boulders and rip tall trees from the riverbank. Look along the riverbank for signs of flash floods, trees bent and pointing downstream, and grasses and reeds wrapped around tree trunks and rocks. Keep an eye on the weather and make sure that you are not in the river when there is a possibility of a flash flood. Flash floods can kill. Don't let it happen to you. This is the Court of the Patriarchs. Depart the bus here for a trail to a scenic viewpoint. It is paved and about 150 feet long. It starts on the right side. Be sure to take your camera and other belongings. Watch your step as you exit.
If you look out to the front of the bus, about 2 blocks to the right, that's Angel's Landing. Right there in Gallagher Canyon.
Do that once. So, I'm not going to very long.
If you look out there to your left, you can see the bridge is blocked. It got washed out this spring. Lower from Pool Trail itself. That's a rock fall. It's closed. Coming into Zion Lodge, it's open.
Oh, no, that's weird.
You need silver.
Yeah, that height, it looks more aggressive now. No, they're on top of that mountain. I wonder how expensive it is. If you're still in the lodge, you get free parking. Once you have a restriction, I like to feel. I don't think we're looking down on the. No, we're around the bend still. I don't think that's. I think that white mountain right there. I think that's the that we tried to go through first.
Wild turkeys roaming around Zion Lodge, or a gray fox dashing into bushes in the grotto. Look in the sky for owls, eagles, hawks, and ravens. Zion is home to hundreds of species of wildlife and provides protected habitat for them. Other animals you may see are rock squirrels, chipmunks, and bighorn sheep. Remember, never feed wildlife. Keep a safe distance away from them and only look or take pictures. Zion is also home to many plants adapted to hot and dry or cool and wet environments.
Hi, I'm Jen Crutchwan, a park ranger interpreter here at Zion National Park. One of the most popular hikes, and one that I am frequently asked about, is Angel's Landing. It's across the river just ahead, out the windows on the left. The trail to Angel's Landing cuts back and forth along the canyon wall. You might be able to spot hikers over there on their way up to Walter's Wiggles, which are a series of 21 steep switchbacks. Walter Roosh, the first park manager at Zion, designed the Wiggles as part of the Angel's Landing Trail. He wanted to allow visitors to reach the viewpoint overlooking the canyon, which someone once said was so high only angels could land there. This amazing trail is listed in the National Register of Historic Places. Just one more reason Zion is an important place to care for and protect.
If you look out there to your left, over there in the Park Canyon wall, you can see the trail zigzags up the canyon wall. Goes to that crevice called Refrigerator Canyon.
Yeah, we were
Next to the left is Angel's Landing.
Wow, that's high.
That's in the window. Oh, that's this steepest drop. Yeah. In the park. Really nice. Snap a picture of that. Just a. What's the one?
Our next stop will be Leaping Rock. Leaping sidewalk, one of the bus to the right.
Oh no, we were over here. We were over here.
We're getting close to Weeping Rock. What makes rocks weep in Zion? This is a desert, after all. But high on the plateaus, rain and melting snow seep into the Navajo sandstone and slowly filter down until the water reaches a less permeable layer it can't move through. The water is forced laterally out of the rock, creating a spring. Springs at Weeping Rock constantly drip water that nourishes delicate ferns and flowers hanging on the rock. There are also hanging gardens at the Emerald Pools and along the riverside walk. These green gardens add to the uniqueness of Zion and make you forget for a moment that we are in a desert. This is Weeping Rock. Depart the bus here to take a walk to Weeping Rock. The trail is a little bit steep, but only 1/2 mile round trip.
You'll find the trail in front of the bus to the right.
Yeah, we was over there, but yeah, right there. Right on my head. Yeah.
Wow, holy crap.
Yeah, no, it was right there. Yeah, it was there.
Damn, dude. Oh my god.
So we were literally. Those rocks that were standing out were vertical. They're not even vertical. We are hanging over.
This is stuff right there.
So,
That looks like. Yeah, over there. That's the.
oh yeah, that is. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
That's where the cans go. Don't step it down, you're going up. Ricky said, I ain't trying to get punched in the We one. You think like two. Long coming down the hill.
If you look out there to your left, you can see the pipe organ, and there's rock formation. On its left is Great White Throat. On its right is Angel's Lane. You look on top of Angel's Lane where the trees are out, or the white sandstone behind them. You can see the hikers all along the cliff. Next on the left is stop a big bend. We'll stop here on the way back.
I'm Seth Walker, and I'm a rock climber. If you look up on the canyon walls, you might see me and other rock climbers appearing to defy gravity. We're sometimes hard to see since we're so small on these big sandstone walls. But look carefully. You might spot us in a big crack moving up to the rim of the canyon. Zion has some of the most prized climbing terrain in the world. These big wall climbs, as they're known, are not for beginners. We use ropes, harnesses, and other special gear to get up the walls. The challenge and the scenery are great rewards and keep us coming back. Climbers are not the only creatures that like these canyon walls. If you're really lucky, you could see a peregrine falcon flying near the canyon rim. Falcons prefer to nest in cliffs, so the National Park Service closes some of the rock climbing routes in the spring when peregrines nest. These falcons were almost extinct at one time, but now they have recovered in places like Zion, where they are protected. The canyon walls are also the kind of habitat favored by the endangered California condor. Condors take advantage of thermals, rising columns of air, to help them reach soaring heights. In 1982, there were only 22 California condors in the world, but a rescue effort saved them from extinction. Now, there are about 400 in the world, and about 70 wild ones living in Arizona and Utah.
Before we get in, the last bus out of there is be 8:15 tonight. Sunset will be about 8:40. It gets real dark in the canyon. It's 8 miles past. There's good water there attached to the buildings. The toilets in the buildings are locked. You have to use the porta potties on either side of the parking lot. Everybody must exit here at the next stop.
The Zion Scenic Drive is a visual masterpiece, offering an ever-changing panorama of red rock formations, lush canyons, and desert landscapes. Whether you're exploring it during the vibrant hues of fall, the blossoming of spring, or the golden glow of summer, this drive is a testament to the awe-inspiring beauty of Zion National Park and the wonders of the natural world. It's a journey that leaves an indelible mark on all who experience it, reminding us of the importance of preserving and cherishing our natural heritage.
We are approaching the Temple of Sinawaba, the last shuttle stop at the end of the Zion Canyon Scenic Drive. The Temple of Sinawaba is the name for the wide natural amphitheater created by the river. The name comes from the southern Paiutes who call their twin creator gods Tavuts and Sinawaba. The Riverside Walk Trail starts here and follows the river. The trail is 2 miles round trip and takes about an hour. It is rated easy and is mostly paved. It is accessible with some assistance for wheelchairs. The Riverside Walk takes you to the beginning of the most famous feature of Zion, the Narrows. Explore the river, see a hanging garden, look closely at the sandstone, and enjoy the birds and wildlife while you are here. You can walk up the Narrows a little ways or for miles. Go around one bend to understand what it's like and take some photos, or hike farther and experience an adventure. If you go into the Narrows, take water, food, and a jacket. There is no trail. You will always be hiking in the water. Wear closed shoes that can get wet. The water is not warm and there's not much sun, so it can be a cold hike, even in summer. Check the weather and the possibility of a flash flood before you go. Rain and thunderstorms upstream can create flash floods even when there are blue skies overhead. Be very careful and remember that you must take responsibility for your own safety in the Narrows. More information about hiking the Narrows is in the park newspaper. Restrooms and water are available here. Remember to stay on the trail, drink plenty of water, and don't feed the wildlife.